All right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Man, it is flying. It is Monday, February 19th already this week, month, whole year's practically already over already. But we're going to keep moving, jump right into this. Young lady, for those that don't know, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
I'm Wanda Montag, and I'm here with the Foster Parents of Victoria. I'm the Executive Director / Founder.
Outstanding. Young lady?
Hi, good morning. I'm Cynthia Ramirez. I'm the Community Liaison for the East Region of Belong.
Outstanding. So, we're going to pretend I just moved here today, and I have no idea what Foster Parents of Victoria is. Tell me all about it, and why is this such a great organization?
Well, the organization actually started as a nonprofit in 1989. Prior to that, it was just a loose association. But in about 87, Dr. Guida Hallam, who is a local psychiatrist and worked with a lot of the foster children, passed away, and she left us in her will. And so with that nest egg that she had left for us, we were able to incorporate, so thereby being able to be part of grant writing, and at one point we were part of United Way, but we're not anymore. The Kiwanis, different, people support us now, but so we became incorporated in 1989 with a board of directors and a list of programs that we wanted to do. And the heart of it is that we support the foster families with training, and we support the foster children with clothing, shopping 3 times a year, Christmas for personal belongings, and we have an enrichment program in the summer that we'll either send them as a group, like to a museum or the aquarium or someplace that they can, do as a group, and so that the foster children interact with other foster children and they don't feel like they're alone or an oddity or something in the world. So,
kind of sounds like you guys set everybody up for success in the sense that, say through unique circumstances, I get into a foster situation or a volunteer type situation. You're not just throwing me to the wolves here because, while it might just sound simple, like, hey, I'll just foster, it'd be nice, simple, easy. Yeah. It's not, and it's a learning curve for both the fostering party and the child being fostered. And so it sounds like you guys help bridge that gap of setting up some training and kind of getting our feet wet and helping us to know what to expect before we just walk blindly into this, to where both sides, with the kid and with the fostering family, that are set up for success to do well under the circumstances.
And that's exactly what we want. We want them to succeed. And when our children, some of them, grow up and they're able to go to college, then we give them scholarships also. We have a reading program that encourages our children to read, and our foster parents, because it's a way to connect with that child. So we give books periodically, different age level of books.
To get some mentorship in their life a little bit. I know I was inspired by people growing up.
Right, and it's a bonding. When you sit and you have someone next to you and you're reading, it's a bonding time. And
yes,
foster care is difficult. It is.
Yes,
I was a foster parent for 33 years. So I've walked that road and I know what it's like. And that's the thing about having this nonprofit and having a place for our families to be able to come, is they get to know each other and they understand each other, like you're not going to understand why I do what I do, or how I do that, or how I emotionally get through that. And but they can support each other, and the camaraderie's there, and it's very important. It strengthens the families, and because we deal with things that an ordinary family doesn't deal with. Our children deal with the separation of the children coming and the children going. So you not only deal with the brokenness of the child, but you have to deal with your children and how they respond to the coming and going, the losses that they experience. And sometimes we forget that. But so it's a big picture. It's not just a little thing. So we may have programs. There's nothing greater. Can I tell a personal story? I had a child one time who had never had anything new, and she was brought to my home. Well, we went on one of the shopping sprees, that we had. She came right at that time, and we were in the dressing room, and she was little. She was 8, but she was sitting on the floor cross-legged, rocking back and forth, laughing. and because she was so happy and so excited. So, you
Touched your heart. You still remember it, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
And I remember why she was in care, which was a terrible thing. But
You brought joy.
it brings joy to these children. It teaches them also. We're just not giving them things, but it's teaching them how to shop. And our
Right.
teenagers, our older children, they get to go and they get to pick for themselves. And they have a budget. We have a budget for each child. And season appropriate clothes and back to school and
Right.
winter and
When you
so
guys
it's-
have a great event like this coming up where,
Yes.
and forgive me cutting in there, I just want to
No.
make sure we get to this awesome thing before we run out of time here. But you guys are going to be going through, and if somebody that I want to come see how your organization works and all this, next Tuesday, February 27th, you guys are having an open house
Right.
where we can come up there. What is that, and what can I expect if I show up there? What is this open house, February 27th?
The open house is to show our local community officials and businesses and stuff what we do, and our donors who do donate and give us money, and they can see what we've done with their money, what we do with their money. They can see our programs, our facility. We have child care rooms, so when we have training, we have places to keep our little guys and then the teenagers, and we have a basketball court out back, and
Keep them busy.
right. And
I noticed you scheduled this thing during lunchtime, 11 to 2. I like to eat, and I have limited time at lunch. Is there any possible way that, coming to this open house, that you guys will take care of lunch if I'm there?
yes, definitely.
Just
We're gonna
curious.
have a luncheon, and
So it's an open house and a luncheon.
and a luncheon.
Even better.
It's-
Even better. Okay.
It's for the community and for new foster parents, if they're in the community and they don't know about us, because sometimes the line of communication kind of breaks down and they don't know we exist, and it's for them to come and say, hey, I'm here, can I be a part of you?
Yes, ma'am.
And to talk and to find out what we do and how we do it.
Well, I think it is awesome. What is the best way for people to keep up with you guys, to follow what you're doing? If they have any questions about this open house, do they need to check in or anything? Is Facebook the best way? Foster Parents of Victoria, is that the best way to keep up with you guys and follow what you're doing?
Well, you can do that, or you can just email me at
Okay.
FP for foster parent.
Got it.
Victoriatx at iCloud.com.
Got you?
Or you
Okay.
can call me at 361-894-2717 and RSVP. And so we have plenty of refreshments and lunch there for everybody
If I'm a
because
last minute procrastinator and I forget to RSVP, which I'm notorious on doing, is it okay if I last minute just swing by? Maybe I won't eat as much because I didn't tell you I was coming, but is it okay if I still just swing by and enjoy the moment with you all?
absolutely, you don't have to sit down. Some people aren't comfortable doing that. You don't have to come and have lunch, and it's kind of a come in and go thing. But yes, anybody's welcome. And I've never set a table that there was not an abundance of food on. So
Outstanding. Well, you all do a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Miss Cynthia. Is there anything I'm forgetting before I let you all go?
No, I just wanted to let everybody know that the Foster Parents of Victoria, although it says of Victoria, it actually is open up to the Golden Crescent area, not just Victoria. And Ms. Wanda does a great job, working with foster parents and also with kinship placement, which is relative placements where foster children have been placed with, aunts and uncles, grandparents. So just want to remind everybody it's open to the Golden Crescent area, and it's also, a great organization. Has worked very well with Ms. Wanda. She's been amazing with us, letting us have meetings and stuff. And so we hope the community and the funders that donate to her organization come out and see the great work that she continues to do in the Crossroads
Yes,
area.
ma'am. Well, we're very proud of both of you all. We appreciate the hard work, appreciate you helping kids in our community. Guys, make sure you check out their open house and luncheon. You can eat or not eat, whatever's your poison there. Poison, that wasn't a good word for talking about a luncheon. Strike that one. But open house, February 27th, next Tuesday, 11 to 2. It's a Foster Family Resource Center, which is 16211 Northwest Zac Lentz Parkway. Did I get all that right?
yes, we're kind of at the corner of FM 1685 and the Loop.
Nailed it.
Right
Well
there.
done. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you guys. Let's take a quick break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the next guest.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that that says something about who Wallach and Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back with our next guest. She is from a place that I'm really, really into. I think it's a cool thing that we have going in our community, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise. Young lady, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
My name is Claudia Mosley, and I'm with the Museum of the Coastal Bend.
Outstanding. Well, we appreciate you having you there, or appreciate having you here. I mean, and there. I'm glad you're there too, but this is one of these things I always say every time you guys come on the show that I had no idea this was right in my own backyard, and this is a cool little treasure that we have right here at the Victoria College that people need to check out because it doesn't even cost an arm and a leg. It's free to get in. If I'm still free?
Free, pay as you like.
Yeah, and
yes.
free accepting donations.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can, when you go over there, don't be a cheapskate. Make a donation. They appreciate those. They need those. But if you just happen to be walking by, you're wearing your gym shorts, don't have your wallet with you, you can still come in and check things out.
Yes.
Outstanding. Well, like I said, we are big fans. We did a Meet Victoria on the Museum of the Coastal Bend. My son and I walk over and from the neighborhood behind, we go check it out all the time because you guys do a phenomenal job up there. So if you haven't been, go check it out. But on that note, you guys have something pretty cool coming up here. Talk to me about it. What is this Texas Independence Day Book Festival?
Yes, so on Texas Independence Day, March 2nd, we will be having a festival honoring Texas authors. Not just local authors, but we tended to stay in the region with our authors we chose for this particular one. They have works that range from actual Texas history to fantasy, kind of think Lord of the Rings type stuff. Some biographical stuff, and some children's books. So it's a full range of subject matter.
Well, and I think that's really neat that you're bringing in Texas artists and from all over. And I like that it's, while I like Texas history, I like that I can come in there and get Texas history and a little bit of Lord of the Rings type stuff too. I like it all. So that's great. But for somebody that's never been to a book festival, how does that kind of go? That you walk in, I'm always nervous to go new places. So I get a little nervous about this stuff. But, you walk in and you're going to have some of these great authors here on site that we can talk to and interact with. And are they going to do any readings, anything like that?
We have some scheduled readings. There will be a full day of the authors at their particular table representing their work and doing book signings and selling their work. But there will also be some scheduled, I couldn't fit them all in, but a few scheduled readings throughout the day, along with a kid's presentation.
It's really great that that's the problem that you have is too many people to try to work in. But, I think it's only a time or two have I ever done it, but it's really neat to go and sit sometimes and see the author of the book that you're reading or hear, because we form opinions and thoughts in our minds of what they're describing and all this, but sometimes to hear their version of it, their spin on things, I might be completely wrong, or I went this way and they went that way, and it's interesting a lot of times to hear their perspective on things and what were they thinking when they wrote this,
Right. Well, I'm a huge reader, and so during the process of gathering these people and actually getting to know the people, I feel like I've got the inside job here that I never had before,
Right.
And I'm getting, my goal was to read a little bit of each book. That's just not going to happen because I got engrossed in a couple of them.
It's a lot of books.
And now I'm running out of time. But, I knew that was going to happen. But it's exactly what you said. I wondered what went into some of these books, and I'm actually getting to find out. So if you come, you can ask the author yourself, which is
sometimes the story behind the story is just as good as the story,
exactly,
So I'm with you. What have you got here? Maybe you'll be an archaeologist.
So this is one of our children's book writers, and she is out of Houston, but she's associated with Texas State University, the Center for Archaeological Studies, and she wrote this book to kind of give an introduction into what being an archaeologist is, what you can learn by being an archaeologist. And I just love the fact that someone wrote it's not too short and it's not too long, but it gives a very, very basic but important introduction into the life of an archaeologist, which I wish I had this as a kid,
It inspires passion, and that's, I've got a 4-year-old now, and that's one of the things is you can inspire him, and you can plant seeds right now of excitement that they can explore and dig upon
Exactly.
and all of that. And that's part of the reason we like to go to the Coastal Bend Museum, because don't you guys have that room too where they can actually go in there and go hands-on and, and mess with the,
that's
that's
my classroom.
Yeah,
so
that-
I
and
have a
it's-
hands-on stuff for them
it
all the
ties
time.
to this stuff just great because they can read about it, they can have the picture book, then they can actually go touch and go hands-on.
Right, and the fact that they can grow up and have a vocation doing the same thing.
You know, and people, these are, archaeologists is one of those career fields that it sounds cool on paper, but you don't think you can do it in real life. But you can. And to inspire them at a young age and say, no, you can do this. And if this is your passion, go get it. And you have neat things like this where they can feed those passions and they can go see it. They can just go deeper down that rabbit hole of learning this stuff.
Yeah, if I had known as a child what kind of archaeology was in the area I grew up in, it might have steered me a different direction.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I hear you. There's a lot of stuff that we could do that we just have to believe we can do it and have things like this that say, hey, you can do this, come check it out. And I think that's awesome. What's the other one you got?
So this is Louise O'Connor, one of Louise O'Connor's volumes, and as many people know, Louise O'Connor is a local historian, but also a fifth-generation member of the O'Connor family. And she has, in several books, not just this is volume 2 of one of her several compilations of memoirs, information, just stories
like
of
volume 2,
ranching.
Papa's Tales.
Right.
I didn't mean to take that away.
No,
but
that's
how,
okay.
Wow.
So it's ranching culture, history that she grew up with, and the workers back into the 1800s.
I'll tell you, that was
with her
a
family.
different generation, and they were a strong generation. And that, you get to that World War II generation and past that, those people were tough.
It's amazing.
And they did a lot of things the right way. Before I let you go, let's see here. Museum of the Coastal Bend, Texas Independence Day Book Festival, March 2nd, which is a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Museum of the Coastal Bend. And it's somewhere else too, right?
Yes,
Are there 2 buildings this time?
Two buildings.
Okay.
So right next to the museum is the Victoria College Library, and we will have all of the children's writers doing presentations there in the morning. So Amy Reed and another author named Cheryl Johnson will be reading and interacting with children.
She's coming on the show in a week or 2.
So yes, so they will both be doing amazing presentations. If you don't know where the library is, come to the museum and we will guide you there. If you've got kiddos, we definitely want them to be a part of that. And also Louise is our keynote speaker. So at the end of the day, she will be giving an hour-long interview.
Cool. So
and
you can hear
don't
from
want
her
to miss
directly.
That. Yes.
Do I need to register? VIP? Do I need to buy a
just
table?
show up.
What do I need to do to
Nope.
make sure?
Just show up.
Show up. Good deal. And that, like I said, that we can show up at the Museum of the Coastal Bend and or the Victoria College Library, or you can walk us across if I've never been over there and don't know where I'm going.
Correct. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. all day long. We'll be doing stuff all day. You don't have to be there at a certain time.
Outstanding. And they can follow along on the Museum of the Coastal Bend Facebook page to
Yes.
keep up with everything you guys are doing in the community.
Definitely, yes.
Outstanding. Well, young lady, we appreciate you. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you for this. This will be a fun deal. We look forward to it. And we'll see you then. Guys, let's take a quick break and we will check out our sponsors and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back with our final guest. You probably know him. You probably love him already. But just in case you don't, my friend, if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with today.
I'm Buck Moore. I'm the executive director of the Victoria Bach Festival.
And you do a phenomenal job at that. We're big fans of you guys. You do awesome. But like I always say, let's pretend we just moved to Victoria today. I have no idea what the Victoria Bach Festival is. Sell it to me.
So the Victoria Bach Festival is a week-long celebration of classical music. It's the first full week of June. This is our 49th season, so we've been going strong for many years. We bring in musicians from all over the United States and have a week-long series of concerts, and then we have a big finale on Saturday. Many of our instrumentalists have been with us for decades. They keep coming back year after year after year, and we are grateful for their participation. But if anybody loves classical music or just loves music in general, it's a way to celebrate that and to kind of bring that to Victoria with world-class musicians, world-class music that you may not have opportunity to have exposure to otherwise.
And that's one of the things I know I say every single time you come on here, but if you were to try to hit me up in my young 20s, hey, we got great classical music coming to town, I'd be like, okay, I don't care. Just, not even interested. But I was so wrong for that. And one of the things that once I started checking out what you guys do and what you actually, the level of talent and music that you bring to this town is mind-blowing. This is not my 4-year-old son with his fake guitar trying to jam out some songs here. This is world-class musicians that we're blessed enough to have come to our area, and I've just been blown away at the quality of these shows. Like I guess I had this completely wrong image of my mind of what I thought classical music. I was young and dumb, didn't know any better. But you guys really bring next level talent, and we are really blessed to have things like this in our community because not everybody does. And I know you guys work really, really, really hard to be able to bring those guests and that talent to Victoria.
Yeah.
And it's things like what we're about to talk about, one of you all's big fundraisers that helps you guys do these things. And so it's important that we support and be a part of it. On that note, you guys have a big event coming up this Friday. Talk to me. What you got going on?
So we are going to the Bahamas.
The where?
The Bahamas.
The Bahamas. All right, I like it.
We're having a
good
kind
play
of
there.
an island themed gala at the country club, and this is one of our major fundraisers that we do throughout the year. So we have table sponsorships that are available, but we also will do a silent auction. We'll also do a live auction. We have some great packages that people can bid on. So this is a major revenue source of revenue for us, and so we are super excited about it and look forward to it every year. But this is a biggie for us.
Well, and you mentioned the auction items and silent auction items. Those things are often the big winners that people just lots of things slide right under the radar. But one, if you're a business or an organization out there and you want to find a way to contribute, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a great way. Y'all would love to have some silent auction items. Put together a big basket or something to donate to you guys for this. And then on the flip side is for lack of better words, consumer or somebody that goes to these. Boy, I have found some really cool things at these silent auctions. Sometimes you get some incredible values. I know we got one of my sons a ride-along Jeep at one of these things one time, and I mean it was half of what I paid at Walmart for it, or would have paid at Walmart, but it went to a good cause. And so, on that note, with that. Are you guys, if I'm a business or, just an individual, is that something you all are needing, silent auction items to donate?
Absolutely. We would love to help promote a business with a silent auction item. We have everything from food items to luxury jewelry. We have some trip packages on there. So the variety of items that we have is very, very wide. So yes, we would love to help promote your business and get some things out there to our folks. And so, we would be happy to take those items.
And I know something that smaller businesses, what we like to do at Shaw Realty is, sometimes it's hard to, in this economy and stuff, to have the funds to come up with these big baskets. So our gift donation items. So what we like to do is join with other small businesses, and 2 or 3 of us go together to go, the chopping block. And, we'll go together and you'll get, more than what I could do on my own, but now 3 businesses have come together for a good cause or something like that.
Absolutely.
And so I just wanted to say that, if you're just thinking you're a small little business with nothing to donate, well, get with some of your buddies that have businesses and y'all make it something that you all do together on that. Where can people, all these different things, the talent, all this that you have coming to town, what is the best way to keep up with what you guys are doing and follow that and make sure that I stay on top of it?
So we're very active on socials, Facebook and Instagram, mostly. So you can follow us on there. Our website, we also try to keep it up to date as much as possible. They can find that at victoriabachfestival.org. So most of between all of those avenues, they can pretty well keep up with what's going on and what's coming down the pike next.
And going back to this thing this Friday, it's at the Victoria Country Club, Friday, February 23rd. Starts at 6:30. What is the best way? I'm just watching this on Monday. I'm probably a little behind the curve already. I should have been with you months ago to make sure, but is it too late for me to get a seat? Is it too, what do I have to do to make sure that I am at this event?
So our deadline, our absolute drop dead deadline for tickets will be tomorrow.
Okay.
So get those tickets
before tomorrow.
Get those tickets tomorrow. We got to turn our numbers in, and so get those tickets tomorrow. So that's the best way. Keep in contact with us. We'll have some other things coming up in the spring, but then the festival itself is June 1st through the 8th. It's that first full week of June, and that's when the magic really happens, and the folks are here for what we work all year for.
Yes, sir.
Is that festival. So that's the best way to keep up with us.
Well, like I said, we are converted into big fans here because I was young
excellent.
and dumb and didn't realize how cool you guys were, but it's a really cool deal that you guys do. We want to make sure we support it because, without things like the Bach, man, I knew I was going to butcher that. That's why I had you say it to begin with. Bahamas.
There you go. You got
butchered
it.
everything. But great, fundraisers like this are how you make these things happen and how you put on the great shows for us. So we want to make sure we support that. And again, silent auction items. Those are a big deal. They really bring in the funds for them. And it's just a cool way for you to show off your business, to show off your friend's business, work together with other small businesses in the community to really serve and give back. Is there anything that I'm forgetting to tell them about this time?
I think we're good.
Good deal. Well, Buck, we appreciate you, man. You do a ton of time. I saw you modeling not too long ago in the Bridal Expo. Yeah, I think that was the second year in a row. You look like a big old stud out there doing it. You did a great job. I appreciate all you do in the community, man.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Kelly. We appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. And make sure you guys get to the Bahamas Spring Gala, all of the above. Go to those this Friday, February 23rd at 6:30 at the Victoria Country Club. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate my crew as always. We are now open for sponsorship. So if you've been wanting to advertise on the show, be a part of it. Make sure your events are seen out there. Let us know. Reach out to us. We'll work with you. We'll make something happen because we want you to be a part of what we're getting to do in the community. So, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you want to be featured on one of our shows or be one of our amazing sponsors, check out our website at meetvictoria.org. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next one.